Hi guys, and welcome to my June TBR, and I'm so excited for this month. I have a ton of library reads. I think there is like a big maybe library readathon this month or something like that, but yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm gonna start off with a classic here, Mansfield Park. I haven't read this in a really long time. Used to be one of my favorites. And I'm excited for it. And I like to read Jane Austen in the summer. They're really fast, really light reads. And I don't think I've ever read this particular copy of it. And so yeah, I'm so excited for that. And then the next one, I've seen the movie for, and this is one of the rare books that I went and watched the movie before seeing it. I think it came up for free on something and I was like, wow, I haven't read the book. But it is Crazy Rich Asians by Kwan. And the movie was cute and darling, so I'm sure I'm going to love this. A little bit of chick lit. If you haven't read it, it's just about a girl who is dating a boy that lives in Singapore, but he's in New York, and he's really, really wealthy, and she doesn't really know it. And then she goes there and meets his family, and the amount of wealth there is. There's problems with them getting engaged and everything, but yeah, the story is cute, and the movie was really cute. And then the next one, I finally got Sweep, A Story of a Girl and a Monster. This was on my middle grade March, I believe. But I waited basically halfway through May to get this book. So this one's going to be another really quick read. It is a middle grade level read. I think it won the award this year, or an award this year, but it was also their pick for middle grade March that everybody was supposed to read, and everybody says it's such a great story. So I'm excited for that one. I love quick reads. Those both are really quick reads. The next one, this is the one I have to get to the soonest, is The Bride Test by Helen Kwan. And this one, I couldn't renew or anything at my library because there's such a backup. So I'm going to go ahead and jump to this one first in June. And I read her first book and I really enjoyed it and I thought it was cute. And the first one was an autistic romance story. And this one is as well. This one is more about a man who is autistic, where the last one, it was a girl, and the girl like rented out a prostitute to learn how to have sex, I guess, to become closer to people. But this one is complete opposite. It's like a man who's in the business world, and then his mother finds this woman who she thinks is perfect for her. This girl actually comes from like a foreign country, and she's a little bit nervous, and she used all her tricks on him, and none of her tricks are working, basically. I think that's how the story goes. But and then the next one I also picked up really recently because I got this. I waited forever and ever and ever for this book to be on my download, like my audiobook download. And then my audiobook, whatever from the library didn't work. So I tried to like fix it and re-download it and stuff, but it just never worked. And then I saw this in a resale shop and I was like, yes. So I finally picked up Educated by Tara Westover. I think this was on my TBR last month, or maybe it was the month before. And I'm excited for this. This is a nonfiction piece. It's about a girl who lives in a family who are survivalists, I believe. And she goes and gets herself educated. She gets herself into college. She studies really hard, gets herself into college, and ends up getting degrees from all over the place. So it is a nonfiction piece, and I'm excited for that one. And then the next one I am listening to right now, it's the end of May, but I know I will not finish, and it is Finale by Caraval. So I also got the book. I think the other ones I read in books. I went ahead and got the book copy from the library to make sure I was listening to it, but I don't know if I'm going to keep listening to it or if I'm just going to sit down and read it. And reading's a lot faster. This is Finale by Stephanie Garber. It is in the Caraval series. If you haven't read the first two, you have to go ahead and read those. This is the third one, or else you kind of probably won't know what's going on. Caraval is this like mysterious game that you can go play, and these two girls desperately want to get off this island where they feel trapped and caged, and one of them is like going to be engaged. And so they do. They escape. They go to Caraval. They play the game. And then the next time they play another game. And one of the girls in the next one is more about her looking for the guy who runs Caraval named Legend. And in this one, Finale, Legend has made himself like emperor, I believe, or king. I don't remember. But so yeah, this one is interesting. And it goes on the first girl was about Caraval. And she ends up with like a romance, but then there was also her past engagement, and so that's what plays out in this book. And then as well as her sister in the second book did find Legend eventually, so it's between her sister and Legend's relationship in this book. And I don't know if there's going to be a game or not. There might be a game. I'm sure there might, because the other three were all game-like and mystical and dark and stuff. This one, 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. Was recommended to me by a friend, and I've seen the cover before, and it's a beautiful cover, so why not? So this one is about a girl named Marguerite, and her parents are inventors, and one of their most famous inventors is that they can like skip through time, or an invention to skip through dimensions, I believe. And then somebody kills her father, and he gets away by escaping into a different dimension and using the device, and I think it's her father's star student. And so then she is going off on a bit of an adventure to find him and to see if he is the one that killed her father. But it sounds really good. It sounds cute, and this cover is gorgeous. I don't know why Russia is like on the opposite end of England. That's Russia, right? I think that's Russia. I'm not sure. But that one's definitely England on top. We'll find out why. Do We Know was on my last TBR, and it is by Tamara Island Stone. I just didn't get to it, so I'm not going to hang on to, or I'm not going to go on and on about this book, but this book is just about two girls who separate, and I think, and what are the reasons why they broke up when they were like best friends forever, and I think the story divulges mostly into that. And then I have two more. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 books on my TBR. Maybe I'll get to them, maybe not. I usually end up like veering off and finding other books, and then I get stuck on a train of like particular books, and then my TBR just goes whatever. Yeah. This one is Service by Marcus Luttrell. He is the guy who wrote Lone Survivor, which is one of my most favorite nonfiction pieces I've literally ever read. It was written really well. This one is co-authored with James D. Hornfischer, and I'm not sure who he is, but I'm guessing I'll find out. But this Lone Survivor was a story about him in Afghanistan and how he came out of a particular situation, Operation Red Wing, and he was the only survivor. This is another story of his, not in Afghanistan this time, but in Iraq, and it's about another operation that was actually really successful, and I just loved his first book so much. And so yeah, I have a second nonfiction piece here, and I think my last one is another nonfiction as well. It's 3 Cups of Tea by Greg Mortenson and David Oliver Relin. I have read sections of this book. I don't know if I've read it all the way through. It was kind of like last month with Malala. I was like, I just want to sit down and read this all the way through once and for all. Story about a guy who ended up like, I think, failing climbing the mountain K2, and he ended up in Pakistan. There's a tradition called 3 Cups of Tea in Pakistan and Afghanistan, and let me see what it says. The first one, you're a stranger. The second one, you're a friend. And the third, you join the family. And he just really was touched by all the people who were really nice to him, and he had very touched by the kindness he was shown there, and he makes it kind of his life goal to go back there and build a school for girls, and he ends up building many, many more than that. And I think this is just about his story and building them there. But like I said, I've read this in sections, and I just want to read it straight through this time. And so yeah, I'm excited for this one. I think it's my 3rd nonfiction piece. I mostly picked all really fast quick reads because I'm traveling a bit in June, and it's not as long as a month as May was, or it will be in July. I don't know if I'll get to all of these, but hopefully I will. And I will see you guys in the next one. See you guys next time. Bye!